Hello everybody, my name is Poke Paperlink, and kind of a new YouTuber. Today we'll be playing N-Terraria. Some of you may question how I will be playing this with, a level 66 and level 65, but I'll tell you how. N-Terraria has a feature where technically you can play with two characters at once. And remember the context, alright? You can play with two characters at once. All you have to do is create another character, and I'm just, taking this off right at the get-go, just so there isn't any confusion on why I'm playing with two characters. You create two characters, there's this little plus sign right here that says add to NP players list. Just click that, alright? That'll pretty much give you said character, which is this one right here. That'll make him a companion that follows me around and all in all helps me fight monsters. I already made the characters. That's not what I wanted to do. Click play. And while I make a new world, I will be playing an expert. Mainly because I've played this game for such a long time that I think that I am set. I've never played N-Terraria on expert mode. God, no. But I have played a lot of regular Terraria, and I think I'm prepared. No idea. What should I name this? Man. Let's do this. Red Rover. Yes, Red Rover. There we go. Now, the basics of... Ooh, corruption. Nice. Ooh, worm scarf. I love it. What I'm trying to do here is I'm going to attempt to get at the very least, to the Wall of Flesh. I know some of you might not like hard mode, so you might like that. I personally think it's boring, and it requires a lot of mining, and it just doesn't follow the basics of Terraria. I mean, what am I saying? It's a lot different from, early game, and I'm not sure how to take that. I loved hard mode when it first came out, but I played it so often that it's just gotten boring to me. So expert mode is really going to put a twist on this, and this is a mod. So it'll be nice and, I don't know, different. Different to say the least. While this is loading, let me just check something here. Alrighty, and back here. Okay, now, I'll be playing two classes, one of which will be Warrior, and the other will be Ranger. The reason why I don't want Major Summoner is because whenever you play an MP player with said items, they spam it, and they can't really wait for their mana to recharge. But with bullets, you can spam all you want. And the NP players usually have fairly good accuracy. For what this mod is, the AI of the MP players is extremely good. I think it's probably better than the CSGO's bots in competitive, I have to say. Anyways, if I can reach the Moon Lord, I will try my hardest to beat him, but if I do not beat him in 5 attempts, I will have to end the series there, because I do want to get on to other things. But in this first episode, I am mainly planning on getting the world created, which hopefully won't take too long, and to get a house, and at least survive the first night, and get a few levels. I'll be trying to show off the basics of this game and how the scaling works for all of you new people in there. I may or may not be putting up a downloading walkthrough to show you how to download this mod. There are many out there. Go watch Penguin's download video. His is extremely simple and extremely easy to do, like to recreate. So I don't think I have any need to create a walkthrough to download this mod. But please, if any of you guys are watching this and you want to know how to download this, go look up a YouTuber called Penguin. Alright. Man, who needs weed? I don't need weed. You know, I never realized that loading a large world would take so long. I'm used to playing on small worlds for quick and efficient mining and all the sorts. Very rarely play on large worlds. Not to mention recording will obviously slow some things down. Hopefully it won't affect my FPS too much, so it won't affect your guys' experience. Yeah. Finally. Oh man. Alright. Now, let's get into here. Let's play N-Terraria, Episode 1. I'm just gonna figure it. There we go. Settling liquids. Alright, we're in game. Right off the bat, I don't have my NP player, so that's extremely nice. Top notch right there. Gosh darn it. Gosh flopping darn it. Let me just... You, yes you are with me. Let's see if this works. There we go. Alright, so, right off the bat, there's some different things. Alright, if you can look up at the top right-hand corner, the HP bar has changed. Not only are there two, one for me and one for my NP player, but they are not the regular heart system that you're used to. It's more of an RPG-like bar, which I personally like a lot better because the hearts can be... Okay! Great start! Oh, man. Alright. But, yeah, whenever you press escape, you can see your hearts and your mana. And there's one thing that I have to say. This leveling system down here is probably... I actually really like it. It's the most important aspect of this mod. Right here, whenever you level up, you get status points. You get 2 per level up, if I remember correctly. And every different race has different starting stats to signify what you like to play. And I'd recommend that you go look at that for yourself because I don't want to influence you in any way. But the goblin is for ranged and the skeleton is for melee. The human is just all around 5 stats in each. But I don't want to influence you in any negative way that you might be biased towards one or the other. But I will mainly be going for damage. And if you look right here, when you look at the strength stat, you see melee damage. When it's +3, that means it goes up way high compared to the others. You get a bit of extra throwing damage in defense, melee crit, and pierce, all of which are very, very useful. Pierce is pretty much how much armor you get through. And it allows you to do more damage, and it's especially useful against higher leveled mobs. Agility increases melee speed, range damage, throwing speed, movement speed, pickaxe speed, and dodge rate. Now, agility is for those ninja people, you know, like, I don't know how to say it, but throwing classes, you know, shurikens, throwing knives, all the good things. I used to love the throwing class, but it's kind of gotten boring because of the lack of, I don't know, availability of the armors. Because you have to get a, you know, corruption pickaxe. One of the corruption pickaxes in order to get it. Now, a few things about this mod. Pots, literally everything gives you EXP. Everything does. And as you can see here, I am already level 7, and I already have 12 skill points. I'm going to put 6 in strength and 6 in vitality. And as you can see, vitality gives me more HP if you look up here, and I already have 16 defense. See, that isn't that difficult, now is it? Now, that's actually going to be very, very dangerous for me. But if you watch here, 3 levels from a large stone. Great. 10 out of 10. Oh, man. I'm just grabbing some wood here. I'm going to be building a basic house for NPCs. I'm not much of a builder. I'm actually really bad at building. Probably one of the worst builders out in Terraria at this point. Ooh, we got a swiftness potion. That should be nice. Something that I wish that N-Terraria did is that I wish that they would add, well, I wish that they would fix their English at first, because I'm not sure if the creator of this mod does have a primarily English, does speak English very well. I'm not sure if it's if it is his primary language. Gosh darn, I'm starting to doubt my own abilities here. But some of the wording in this game isn't the best, just like whenever I talk. Because I am terrible at talking. I can't hold a steady conversation about talking to myself for very long, as you can possibly tell. I feel like I have to explain everything that I'm doing whenever I watch a Let's Player, and sometimes I feel over-exhilarated, if that wording makes any sense whatsoever. But there are a lot of times where I go really quiet, mainly because I'm concentrating. I'm not used to talking this much for very long periods of time. And, you know, I don't want to cut anything out. You know, I like people getting immersed, because whenever something exciting happens, it's usually when something's not being recorded. You know, what? Yeah. Shoot. Shootity, shoot. Yeah, unhappy. Hey, let's give me some hair. What I always like to do, especially in regular Terraria, is I always like to make a wooden helmet and I put it in my accessory slot and I make it like fake hair. Sometimes I dye it red and I pretend I'm Johnny Bravo, if any of you youngins remember that, despite me not being that old either. Anyways, for the basics of Terraria, you pretty much just... I hate to say this, it's a 2D Minecraft. I hate saying it that way, but that's pretty much what it is. But it has much more of an RPG aspect, and N-Terraria just adds on to that. In Minecraft, you really need mods in order to get the full experience, and I understand that I'm doing that with Terraria right now, but I could play vanilla expert mode and still get a lot of good times off of it. You know? Another thing about this mod is that it adds various biomes, if it even counts as various. There is a new biome called a graveyard. If you have enough headstones, you create something called a graveyard, which has a lot, and I mean a lot, of zombie spawns, which can or cannot be useful depending on your level or what you need at that point in time. You know, if it's a blood moon and there's a, you know, biome right there, graveyard biome, it's not gonna be a good time. You're gonna have a bad time. Shoot. Oh, I almost forgot. Questing. Apparently the guy wants to marry me and pick me. No, lots and lots of things. Lots and lots of things. The quests, I really follow the main quests. I don't do much of the side quests. I'm not much of a side quest person. I like the story mode of aspects, but these sandbox games really let me roam free from time to time. And I think I'm gonna have to do this. There we go. Alright. Shoot. Rope. Rope is probably the most useful item you can have around early game. But with this being expert mode, mobs level with you, if I remember correctly. And expert mode is hard enough, especially when you don't know the game very well. But with a mod like this, that can make a game extremely difficult, it's going to be even more so. Nice. Oh. Yeah. There are different classes in this game. And if I go to my part... Oh, well, that's nice. I should probably level up, actually. I am going to put some into vitality. Vitality is super useful. Like, you have no idea. You may be wondering why I'm placing my stats so imbalanced, but the skeleton is really all about the tankiness. Like, and I mean all about the tankiness. Of da. Some weapons can seem extremely overpowered depending on how much you have in a certain stat. I mean, even before you beat the wall of flesh, you can have 300 plus defense, but even then, it can only protect you from so much. And there's a neat trick that not a lot of you know. If you favorite an item, your NP player will give you them unless they also have it favorited. So that is extremely useful. Ooh, let's see here. How do I get to my NP player? No. That's nope. That's not it. Nope. Oh, that's great. Ah, shoot. I don't know how to do this. Mommy. Oh, seriously though, how the poop do I do this? Well, that's not gonna be nice. Ooh, that's really not gonna be nice. Alright. So I guess you're just gonna have to give you armors just so I level up. Ah, great. I'm probably going to be making a lot of houses early game because they can be really pretty useful. Like, a lot of people don't like to build houses at the beginning of the game, and I don't understand why. Because houses are pretty much a necessity. You know, obviously, that's kind of a stupid thing to say, but especially early game, what I see a lot of Let's Players do is I see a lot of them build houses, but not have enough houses later game. You know? 10 out of 10. Remember what I said about the AI in this game? Still better than CSGO's bots in competitive, but still pretty bad. I am planning on making other Let's Plays. After this, I'm planning on this being the main one. Maybe I could get a couple of rounds of CSGO. I'm really trying to improve on a lot of games that my friends are playing, but it's kind of difficult, especially when not only is everybody better than you, but you know, you don't have that much time, and you only have, yeah, you really only have so much time. I mean, something that I plan on doing is, let's say I'm recording some death matches in CSGO, and I, you know, name it improvement session or something of the sorts. What I can do then is once I'm much higher rank, because currently I'm a gold level 1, you know, it's regular stuff. What I can do then is that I can, let's say I get into Legendary Eagle Master, I can look back on my previous gameplay sessions and, you know, see how much better I've actually gotten. Because what I don't see a lot of people doing, at least personally, I don't see a lot of them actually look back on how they did. Oh man, it feels so weird not having a hook. Okay, being said I got that quest done, I can go back to the guide, and each quest gives you a certain reward. And I think I just screwed myself. Isn't that just a-okay? I don't like to swear all too often, but when I get, you know, a bit angry, it can get a bit out of hand. Well, not really out of hand, but I end up feeling bad whenever I swear. and I have no reason to be swearing, so that's just how I roll. Play. I don't know. Nope. Oh gosh. What's... Okay, that works. Yeah, NP player's not the smartest. I feel like I'm forced to talk all the time. I don't see how other people can make this look so easy. It's like they're born to talk. It's like they talk too much and no one complains. I wish that would happen to me. Everybody complains that I talk too much. Oh man. Do I have an early game? Oh no. Oh no no no. Wow. Oh, that one. Well. Yeah, early game, you are super weak. Like, super duper weak. It's funny how freaking weak you are at times. Right there. That eye did 100 damage to me. That is crazy. I don't even know what that is. Oh, that was... Okay. Ten out of 10. Place tombstones here and here. And I can just, there used to be a glitch in which you could kill the guy, like put him in a pit with a zombie and kill him, and you could get something called the Moon Charm, which is a hard mode item. But I don't think that no longer works because I tried it in another world and it didn't turn out so well. God, the goblin is such an idiot. Oh, jeez. But this game can be either... This mod can be either extremely easy or extremely difficult depending on how you play. You need to be aware of your surroundings or else something like that would happen. And you just all around need to be good at the game. God damn. Oh my gosh. Points. Look, the wooden sword is already doing 30 melee damage. That's what? As much as a regular golden sword? Yeah. It gets pretty ridiculous pretty fast. Oh, man. Well, it's nice to know that he knows which weapons are better and which weapons are worse. No, I'm not the guy that does one giant tower of houses. I'm the kind of guy that makes a bunch of houses that are like 1 or 2 floors. You know, it's lazy. It's lazy, I know. But it's me. Oh, that's nice. Shoot. Oh my gosh. You are mentally challenged. There. Finally. Oh my gosh. Hopefully we can get the guide soon. Yes, not the guide. What am I saying? The merchant. With the merchant, we can actually sell some of our items, and that'll be super useful early game, so we don't get clogged chests, which is another pet peeve of mine. I hate myself for doing it, but hoarding pretty much everything and not selling anything, whether it be cosmetics that I get from a present or what have you. Even a zombie arm. Let's say I have a zombie arm, yet I have a Meow Meow. I still don't sell it. You know, that's just how I am. Jeez. I really shouldn't be getting a graveyard biome this early, but I think it's inevitable at this point because of how much he keeps dying. I think we're almost there. Yeah, lazy zombie arm. 54 damage. Look at that. That's crazy. And so is that. God. Dang it. And the guy is going to die. How does the guy have so much defense? Gosh darn it. Gosh, shoot, I hope we can get back in time. I think we have a graveyard biome now. If we have a graveyard biome, that's not a good thing. That's really not a good thing, actually. We shouldn't be dying that much. Gosh darn it. There he goes. I need to make him a bowl. Oh my gosh. That's not very nice. Nope, that's not nice at all. The guide seems to be doing pretty well, actually. Man. Alright. Shoot. There we go. Okay. Raccoon box now. Well, raccoon boxes can give you a chance of something either extremely good or just stupid. So, yeah. Graveyard biomes, another thing about graveyard biomes, is that they only appear at night. As in, okay, how the heck do I get to the freaking party? Okay. Guard. Shoot. Oh my gosh. That's... Okay. Jesus. Okay, let me just... Oh, I can make it. That's nice. Place that up there. Let me make some gosh darn walls, and then I can end the video. Because I have no idea how long this has been going on, but I feel rushed. Because I don't want to have boring commentary, you know? I just... I don't know how they do it. I really don't. Anyways, that was episode 1 of Let's Play N-Terraria. I hope you guys enjoyed my first YouTube... first YouTube video. Yeah, that's a funny saying. My first episode in this Let's Play. I hope you guys can see this again. And have a nice day.